So, hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you've been fine. It's been a minute since I last recorded videos on this platform, and yeah, I just like finished my school, and I'm really excited to be back on this platform to keep on sharing a lot of things that I come across so that it would help you. And as you can see on my screen, I'm presenting the very famous. It could be famous, depends on whether or not you know it. So it's called NotebookLM. So it's a very amazing tool that could help you in your career or just like to make learning fun. And yeah, there's a lot of things it could do, and I want us to explore all of them now. So let's get into it. So where you find Notebook LLM is notebooklm.google.com, and then yeah, there's a landing page that you get into it. So let me just get back to it so that you see how it looks like. Yep. Now, yeah, this is Notebook LLM now. So this is the kind of page you get on the loading page. Of course, you need to have created an account. You could just like use your Google account to do the whole thing. And now the most interesting bit, so I'll just like do a summary of what you can do is one, you paste in your documents and it doesn't hallucinate. So what it does, it generates content, or it gets the context from whatever materials you upload there. So you could upload a PDF, you could upload any document you have, and then you draw insights or learning from it. And you can draw learnings from one, get summary of it. If it has like various topics or subtopics, you could get learnings from them. Then two is you can generate a podcast where you just like have two people speaking, summarizing or discussing the topics, and then you could draw canvas or mind maps, come up with presentation, that is PPTs and whatnot. So I'll just use what I've already done, but ideally how you create a notebook is you create a new one here, and then once you create, you'll see there's a let me just try it out. So you come create, and then once you create the notebook, you upload files. You could upload copied text, drive, websites, and whatnot. So you could also upload files. So what it does is it would have or save this context, and then the context is what would be used to answer the kind of questions you have. So I'll not create a new one. So what I'll do is it already created it. I'll use what I was using to sort of like revise for my exams, and you could do with anything you want. So we possibly could try something at the very end. So I have an entrepreneurship book that we did. This is a unit I did in campus, and then yeah, I just like get to ask it questions. So give it a case study, say for example for Safaricom, and then it derives whatever it is from the book. So you can see examples of projects, good, yada yada yada. So it has like references from the document. So you can see it's deriving all this problem solving. It's getting it from this enabling money transfer and whatnot from the document. So it doesn't hallucinate at any point. So that's the beauty of it. So the other features it has is so let me make this font a little bit bigger. So we have audio overview. So what it does really is it generates a podcast for you. So if you want a podcast on a specific chapter, so you just specify. So what you do is come here, and then you want a deep dive, you want a brief one, you want a critique, you want a debate. So it depends on what you want. You can have it as short, default, or long. And then you can also provide here context. So I'll just like autocomplete, structure the overview as a comparison, contrasting the innovation between Jeff Bezos and whatnot. So it's also like coming up with suggestions based on your book. So if this is what you want, you can choose to have it as long or as short. So if you want a deep dive, definitely you're going for something that is very long because you want like an in-depth explanation or exploration of that specific topic. And then you click on generate, and then it will take a couple of minutes, and then you end up with something like this. So this is what I had. So let me just play this one. It's a very short one, so I'll just move this one here. Yep, that's okay. Then I'll play the audio.
Up to the third place, not home.
Okay, I want to start today with a little mental Rorschach test. If I say the word entrepreneur, what's the first image that loads in your brain? And be honest.
Oh, okay.
Is it the guy in the hoodie, coding in a garage until 4 in the morning? Or is it the person cutting the ribbon on a new storefront, shaking hands, looking like they own the world?
It's usually the latter, isn't it? The boss archetype, the person at the top of the pyramid, calling all the shots, banking the profits. It's a very glamorous, sanitized image of what business really is.
Right. And that is exactly the image we are going to completely.
Exactly. I'll cut them short. So you get the concept now. So an entrepreneur, for those that don't know, is ideally a person who identifies a business gap or a challenge that people are facing, and then identifies the necessary resources and materials that would help solve this problem. Yeah, and then turns it into a business. Of course, you're gaining revenue and whatnot. So this is not an entrepreneurship class, but nonetheless, you have an idea of how the audio works. So I have another one that is staged for 35 minutes, so you can get the beauty of that. So if you're a person who loves listening to coding or just like background music as you do your stuff, this is really a game changer. So the other thing is you could create a video overview. So this I've not like really messed with it, but it's very possible to create a video overview. So you generate and explain a video that is presented to you by AI. You also have a mind map. So I'll show you in a different project. You also have reports, generate reports based on that source, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, slide decks, and a data table. So those are the kind of things that you expect using this platform. So I'll come to this. So I have a Java concurrency books. That's what I'm using. So this is a mind map. This is how a mind map looks like. So when talking about Java concurrency and parallelism, so we have the foundations where we're talking about concurrency and parallelism. Under it, we have task management, simultaneous execution, single core, multi-thread. When talking about threads and processes, what are we talking about? So you get the whole idea. So you could generate mind maps, and yeah, just like get to see the various advantages that you get from the beauty of NotebookLM. So if you haven't used, or if you're not using NotebookLM, you definitely are sleeping on the tool, and it's about time you wake up from that sleep and get to utilize it to the very max, and yeah, just to the best of your advantage. So yep, that's it from me. See you on the next one. So if you're not using NotebookLM, remember, go use it now, start using it now, and enjoy the benefits of it. So have a lovely day and see you on the next one. Adios.